Have you ever played a game that felt like it was playing you? Not just difficult, but watching you. In 2013, an indie RPG called Kanye Quest 3030 made the rounds online. It was a bizarre, unlicensed fan game. You play as Kanye West, traveling to the future to battle clones of other rappers like Tupac and Dr. Dre. It was ridiculous, a classic internet meme and nothing more, or so everyone thought. For most players, that's all it ever was. A silly distraction. But a few curious souls discovered something else, something hidden deep within the game's code. It started with a specific, non-playable character. If you stood in front of this character and typed a single word "Ascend," everything changed. The game you were just playing vanished. The goofy rap battles, the pixelated celebrity clones, all of it, gone. The screen would flicker, and you'd be teleported to a completely new area. The game's interface was different. The upbeat chiptune music was replaced by an unnerving, deafening silence. And you were no longer Kanye West. You were a butterfly. The vibrant, chaotic future city was gone, replaced by a sterile maze of stark white rooms and impossibly dark hallways. It felt cold, clinical, and utterly alien. Then, the game started asking you questions, not about quests or items, but personal questions. It would ask for your name, would ask for your address. It would ask you to list your deepest fears. Okay? The playful tone was gone. This wasn't a bonus level. It felt like an interrogation, an intake form, maybe a recruitment test for something called Ascensionism. As players cautiously navigated this hidden world, they found strange QR codes plastered on the walls of the maze. When they scanned these codes with their phones, they weren't led to a developer's blog or a funny Easter egg. They were taken to a cryptic, dormant website. The site belonged to a group calling themselves the Ascension. Their beliefs were a disturbing cocktail of transhumanism and reincarnation theories. They claimed that human consciousness, our very essence, could be transferred from our biological bodies into a permanent digital form. The tone was dead serious. There were manifestos, diagrams, and philosophical texts. This was no joke. It felt like stumbling upon the private documents of a cult. The central question burned in everyone's mind. Why? Why would anyone hide a complex, serious, and potentially dangerous ideology inside a meme game about Kanye West? It was the perfect camouflage. Who would ever take it seriously? Online detectives and internet sleuths immediately started digging. They traced the IP addresses and registration data for the Ascension website. The trail led them down a rabbit hole of shell companies, an obscure music label, and faint connections to a real-world group that was rumored to be operating out of California. A chilling realization began to dawn on the players who had typed "Ascend." The information they had entered, into the game, their names, their addresses, their fears, might not have just been for show. It might have been sent to a remote server, collected by this mysterious group. Was the game a filter? Was this whole elaborate setup designed to find specific kinds of people? Impressionable, curious individuals looking for meaning in the weird, forgotten corners of the internet? The kind of people who would be drawn to a fringe ideology hidden inside a joke. When the game's public developer was confronted with these findings, he denied everything. He claimed he had used a free, open-source RPG maker to build the game and insisted he had no idea how the Ascension content got there. He suggested someone else must have injected the code into the game files before they were uploaded. But was he telling the truth? Was he a victim? Or was he a liar, a frontman for something much larger and more sinister? To this day, the mystery remains unsolved. The Ascension website has been taken down. The digital trail has gone cold. The shell companies have vanished. The original game file for Kanye Quest 3030 is still out there, floating around on old forums and download sites. And inside it, the trigger is still waiting. Waiting for the next person to get curious, to stand in front of that one specific character, and to type the word ascend. We tend to think of video games as safe, sealed-off worlds. They're sandboxes where we can play without real-world consequences. But stories like this remind us that the line between the digital and the real can be blurry. Sometimes the game isn't just a product you consume. It's an interface, a tool. It might be testing you. It might be watching you. It might even be harvesting your data. So the next time a game asks you for something personal, you might want to think twice. Be careful what you agree to. Thanks for watching. If you want to explore more mysteries from the deep web and the forgotten parts of our digital world, make sure to subscribe to the channel. The archive is always open.